So anyway, in the entrepreneur world,
Mhm.
fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. It's John Maxwell.
Oh.
That's the kind of coined a lot of the
Mhm.
agile and lean in the software development world.
Yeah.
Where some of that comes from.
I guess that's very true.
But here's where I'm going with this.
Mm.
And we think about authenticity, and I'm specifically thinking about you know you running for office over the past 4 years,
Mhm.
thinking about authenticity, thinking about that concept,
Mhm.
failing fast, failing often, failing forward. At what point was it you were focused on just a short-term goal versus like a vision of who you want to be? And do you
Oh
think,
my gosh.
and that could be politics, but it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
And there's a martial arts angle there too.
Mhm.
A lot of fear of failure stems. It's like you feel it most when it's like in that moment, like right
Yeah.
before you
Oh.
step on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find in those instances, if I put it in the scope of like my life, it becomes smaller,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
And that was a long-winded way of getting there, I think.
Mhm.
Thanks for letting me talk. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, is that something you're conscious of? Do you use that?
Um, I think so. I
Someone a
mean,
friend of mine actually taught me that a long time ago because
yeah.
I was really nervous. I was giving this talk and was really nervous about it. And he was like, 30 minutes after you're done, they're not gonna remember who the hell you were. Don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, he's right. They don't care. You know,
I think
because I was the slot right before lunch too. And
oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure it
You're
was,
always
they
the
were like,
person right
shut the
between
fuck
food.
up. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. Yeah.
Food or drinks.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
worst time or bathroom break.
Yeah.
Waste time. I think I'll just use the example, the talk I gave Tuesday night.
Mm,
I had a planning call with my team, just say, hey, like this is what I want to bring across. This is my long-term goal for why I'm going to be talking about why I want to be talking about this. Cause I have like a plan and I'm not going to share it now, but like for a longer term project, I'll call it. And those are the people I need to be talking to. So I wanted to lay the groundwork for that.
mhm,
So there was some definitely long-term like planning into that, even for a 5-minute talk with this because I had a captive audience. I'm like, why the hell not?
mhm.
So I had a plan. We talked through it like an hour call about this 5-minute talk and how important it was. And then writing the talk and then practicing the talk. And then at that point you have a plan, you have a long-term plan,
Mhm.
and then you execute it. It's 5
Right.
minutes.
Right.
It's literally 5 minutes. You've practiced it. It's accomplishing your it's one step closer to your long-term goals.
Mhm.
You're then you can live in the moment and you can enjoy it, if that makes sense.
100%.
So I think it's as simple as the things that even like I do
Yeah.
as a politician. It may seem just like kind of, oh, look at her just reacting.
Yeah.
No, I've been,
Right.
that's been months. Like I've been planning for that.
Mm.
So it seems easy, but it's not.
Yeah. You're waiting for that.
Same with working out or whatever. Like it,
Mhm.
like, oh, well, Heather's always been like that. Shit, no, So it's because of the work that you don't see. It's like LeBron James. He works out so much.
Right.
He practices.
Mhm.
And then he shows up and he hits the buzzer. Like it's not just
Yeah,
happenstance.
that's the, age old, like, we're a success overnight
A
success or
lot of
whatever.
people think that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I was
it's
just reading a story about a dude he's in the top, like, 5 most popular podcasts, and
oh,
he was like, "Yeah, I just got there, but, I've been doing this podcast 3 days a week for the past 8 years."
yep.
It's like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
You don't you know
Yeah.
He's like, "In 5 of those, I didn't make a dime." And
Right.
it's like, wow,
Right.
that's a
Right.
hard slog,
Mhm.
but,
But
in perspective of, like, his lifelong work, it's not really, doesn't really mind having a bad episode now and then.
yeah. Well, you're always learning. You're being resilient
Yeah.
and adapting. You're and you're not taking anything for granted either. That's another big thing, is, like, not taking moments where you can learn and use something to make yourself better later on
Yeah,
or help you with your goals later on.
right.
Like, take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's why, like, for me, like, being a teacher or, instructor, sensei or whatever, like, I'm always looking for things that can be used to help someone.
Mhm.
That's really the guise of it,
Yeah.
because it really helps me.
Sure.
Like, I consume it first,
I mean